Okay, good morning again, everybody. This is week 2, our video here, and we're finishing up section 7-2, so we have an assignment today. All right, today we're doing showing an equation is not an identity. An identity has to work for all cases. Okay, so all we have to do to show an identity is to show an equation is not an identity is to show one case that fails, that's not true. So the first one, we have sine of 2 theta equals 2 sine of theta. I'm just going to pick an angle and plug it in and see if it works. I'm going to pick pi for my angle. Okay, 2 pi, that's going to be right here. And if you remember that sine is the y coordinate, how high it is, so that's going to be 0 right here. And that would equal 2 times sine of pi. Well, sine of pi would be 0 as well. So this would be 0 equals 0. So that did work. I didn't prove that it's not an identity. So I just have to try another angle. I'm going to try pi over 2 this time. I'm just plugging it in for theta. Okay, so if you pick an angle and it does work, just pick another angle. It's not supposed to work, so you should be able to find one that doesn't work. 2 times pi over 2, that'll be sine of pi is supposed to be equal to 2 times sine of pi over 2. Sine of pi over 2 is 1 because that's how high it is. This would be, and sine of pi is how high that is, which would be 0 equals 2, and that is not true. So this is my work that I've done right there. I've shown it as not an identity. Okay, I have one more over here. Cosine of x plus y equal cosine of x plus cosine of y. I have 2 different angles, so I chose different ones. X I chose pi, y I chose pi over 2. And I'm just making these up. I'm picking any angles. There's not like a reason that I know or anything I'm doing for that. Let's plug those in here. Okay, so this is x plus y, so pi plus pi over 2. And this is pi, and this is pi over 2, and I substitute those in. Okay, and if you remember again that cosine is left and right, so pi plus pi over 2, first of all, is pi plus another half of pi, that's 3 pi over 2. This side is cosine of 3 pi over 2. Okay, cosine of 3 pi over 2 is 0, because it's not left or right anywhere. That's going to equal 0. Okay, cosine of pi, that's over there, that's negative 1. Cosine of pi over 2 is 0. Okay, so here I get 0 equals negative 1. That is not true. So this again here is another proof that it is not an identity. All right? And then you have an assignment this week, page 666, 7 through 67, every other odd. Also, I want you to notice, last thing, that these are going to be identities. Next week you'll see, but these are common mistakes that students think this is true, and students think that's true and they're not. So these are ones that are going to come, like I said, next week. So I hope good luck and hope you have a good week.